So welcome back to another Thursday on the Pagan Perspective. I'm going to try and speak a little bit louder this time because I know last time I did a video outside there was some problems hearing it. So anyways, this should be the last time that I do a video in this location. We are moving next week to a slightly quieter place, but you may or may not be able to hear the chickens and the traffic and all of that good stuff. So I'll start by reading the question. It comes from Meadow Clearmoon, and they ask, my question for the collab is about almanacs. Do any of you use them? I'm talking about magical almanacs, of course, but I've heard of the Farmers Almanac can be helpful too. Have you tried any of Llewellyn's almanacs, such as the Witch's Companion, the Magical Almanac, or others? If so, what did you think of them? Were they helpful? Feel free to discuss absolutely any almanac that has been useful to your practice. Blessed be. So before continuing, the word, I've heard a lot of discussion that people have sometimes on how to pronounce Llewellyn. The pronunciation that I just used right there is the American pronunciation, but it is a Welsh word, and so if one was to pronounce it in Welsh, it would be Llewellyn. Actually, let me get close so you can hear. So the double L sound is a, so it's like making an L and then blowing through it. So the W is an U and the Y is a so Llewellyn. But if you say that in the States, probably no one will know what you're talking about, so I guess the American pronunciation works too. So on to the question. Do we use almanacs? I've seen them, but it's not really something that I've used. I do, keep my calendar is a moon calendar, I guess, the little app that I have on my phone. And so what the position of the moon is something that I pay attention to. What the sun is doing is something I pay attention to. But for me, in my practice, it's very much centered on my relationship to where I am. And the almanacs that I have seen seem to be very general. Therefore, basically the whole hemisphere, what's going on, rather than, okay, what's going on in this little desert environment place where I live. So for me, I pay a lot more attention to what it is that I'm actually experiencing, more than, than what someone else says is going to be going on. So, I think that almanacs may be very helpful to people, but for me it's more about that personal relationship with the land that I'm part of, with where I'm living and the things that I'm experiencing. I do get online and look at what the weather's going to be, or what we think the weather will be, but almanacs don't really come into my everyday practice, really. So I know we've been talking about it all week, but if you guys have anything to share about almanacs that you use, or why you use it, why you don't, what ones you like, feel free to share that below. Okay.